Hi everyone, I am Anagha from Access Language School, and in today's session let us discuss about the essential grammar required for OET. Now if you aspire to score a remarkable mark or a better score in your OET exam, your language should consist of proper grammar, sophisticated vocabulary, written and verbal fluency, proper use of punctuations and so on. Apart from this, you need to explore or extend your vistas of reading. Not to that materials which you are interested in, but also those things which you may receive, all kinds of reading sources. Also try to include English language in your daily curriculum or in your daily conversation. For example, when you converse with your family members or your friends or your relatives, try to incorporate English language into it. It will definitely help you to recognize your mistakes as well as improve your language and also give you additional points. Now taking the case of a sentence. Now what is a sentence? Sentence is nothing but a group of words, right? And sentence has certain ingredients like nouns, adverbs, adjectives and so on. And as we all know, sentence is divided into subject, verb and object. And if ever you find a sentence which does not have the above three mentioned factors, it is not a sentence but it is a fragment. And if you write fragments, you will not attain score. Now, let me give you an overview of certain elements which are present in a sentence. You might be knowing it, but still we should understand it. First one is the adjectives. Now, what is an adjective? Adjective is something which describes a noun, right? For example, if I say a Canadian doctor. Now here doctor is the noun, and Canadian, by saying Canadian, I am trying to stress his nationality. Therefore, it adds to the noun or describes the noun. That is the adjective. Second one is adverbs. Adverb is something which describes the verb or the action words. And we tend to identify adverbs easily by the suffix ly. For example, if I say the patient is recovering gradually. Here gradually is the adverb. We know recovering is the verb. This is how we tend to identify adverbs. Third one is the joining words like however, yet, consequently and so on. Then we have the prepositions like above, under, on, etc. Then we move into apostrophes. Now apostrophes is similar in structure when compared to that of comma, but it is put above the line and it has three major functions. First one is to indicate something that is left off. For example, if I say, I have completed the work. So instead of writing I have completed, after I can put an apostrophe and write VE, which means I have done with the work. Second thing is to indicate the singular possessive. For example, if I say, the doctor's mask is of white color. So after doctor, I put an apostrophe and add S, which indicates the singular possession. Then we have the plural possessive. In this case, we can say the doctor's masks are of white color. So after writing doctors, I can put an apostrophe, which indicates plural sense. Then we have punctuation marks. Punctuation marks like colon, semicolon, then ellipses. Ellipses are a series of dots which you might have observed. Then we have appositives. Now what are appositives? They are modifying phrases or nouns which are generally placed between two commas in order to elucidate a noun. That means in order to give much more detail about a noun. For example, if I say the chief doctor, who is a specialist in delivery complication, has been transferred to the city hospital. Now here my noun is the chief doctor. Now I am trying to describe him more, like by saying that he is a specialist in delivery complications. It is placed between two commas. That is your appositive. And finally the articles like a, an and the. A and an are indefinite articles and we usually use an before a, e, I, o, u, right? But there is a confusion. You might be thinking that how might we use an honest man? So the general explanation which you would receive is H is silent, so it is pronounced as honest. But if you look into the case of phonetics, in that when we transcribe the word honest, we do not use the sound H. Instead we start with O. So when we say A, E, I, O, U, there is present the sound O. Therefore, we tend to use an honest man. So you should not focus only upon the letters but instead the sounds also. Next one is the. The is the definite article. So these are the basic elements which you would find when you scan through a sentence. So next time whenever you receive a sentence, try to find out such elements from the sentence which would greatly help you in order to develop your grammatical skills, because grammar is nothing but the basis of any language. Thank you.